Ladies, gents, everybody else, my name's Ethan,
My name's Gannett.
and we are
back
with episode 3
Episode 3
of Out the Dorm podcast.
Deadpool and Wolverine's out.
Deadpool and Wolverine.
That's pretty much all we're going to be
is
talking
out.
about today.
Yes.
How you
A couple
doing?
other things, but
Obviously, we're not going to be super boring. But anyways, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How's your day?
My day is rough. Late wake up this morning.
Late wake up.
Slept in a little bit.
My class got canceled, so woke up at like 8:30 when I normally wake up, and I would like look at my phone and I'm like, gosh, I really want to sleep more. Considering skipping my class, look at my phone, boom. Good morning, class. Today's been canceled. See you Monday. And I was like, fire. Went back to sleep for 2 whole more hours, and then dilly-dallied, and here we are.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay.
Emphasis on the dilly-dally.
Emphasis on the dilly-dally.
Mhm.
Yeah. I recorded a video. Got some stuff done. Okay. Do you want to talk about college first or talk about Deadpool?
Let's go through college real quick.
All right. College. All right. How's college been for you?
College.
Also, just bear with us. We're just having a little conversation.
Yeah,
If you have a
come
problem
on,
with it,
guys.
fast forward like 5 minutes. We'll start talking about
Have
Deadpool.
some sympathy.
Sympathy. Yeah.
that's
You're right
right.
the first time.
Okay, so I'm just gonna do like a little up and down real quick.
Yep.
We're in the summer semester at FSU. This is a lot better than I expected it to be.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't think I'd have as good a group of friends as we do.
Yeah.
Everything's going well.
You have a good enough group of friends that we started a podcast.
Exactly. What a great group.
What a strange occurrence. Anyways, keep going.
So classes are going super well so far.
Mm-hmm.
My least favorite part about it, other than being away from like my girlfriend, my friends, family at home, that sucks. But the worst thing for me is probably living in a triple in a dorm. I live with 2 other guys right now. We have 1 bathroom. One of them is a slop.
Wait, he's a slob.
No, same thing. That's what I said.
No, slop isn't a person. Slop is like
You're a slop.
a slob makes
You're-
slop.
He's a slop. And so that does kind of suck. I don't have like a lot of room to myself. But seeing as that's the worst thing that there is, I consider this semester to be great because my classes are going really well. I have fun every single day.
Mm-hmm.
Just everything's going well, consistent with the gym. It's going great. So
Yeah. Awesome.
everything's good.
Yeah, for me, I would say the best thing has been definitely the group of friends
Mhm.
and the freedom. And not even like freedom, like I can do whatever I want. It's also like the little things. Like I buy my own food, so whatever I want to eat, I get to eat.
Yeah.
And not to diss my parents cooking because they are very good cooks. But like for dieting and like doing like health stuff, like you mentioned,
Mhm.
it's all in my hands and I have total control over it. And yeah, I have to buy my food, which is annoying.
Yeah.
But like, what are you gonna do?
I think it's worth it because like
Yeah.
the dining halls here like aren't bad, but it's just like making
Mhm.
like the stuff that he makes, like it smells amazing every time.
It's
you
just
go
chicken
into
and
it.
rice. I eat chicken and rice every
It's
day
like- it's
for
good.
lunch and dinner
It's
the past
better.
month.
It's better than the dining halls.
How many? That's 14 times 5. That's 70 chicken and rices. Probably like 65 because I've skipped a few. Yeah, probably like 60. I had chicken and rice 60 times last month. There's a much easier way to do
does
that
kinda
math.
sound
I could have done 2 times 30.
All right, whatever.
Anyways, okay, so college overall, it's good. College is fun. If you're not in college and you're going into college soon, look forward to it. It's a
If
lot
you're
of fun.
not in college, you should go to college.
You should go to college. Back for college.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Come on, just right now. It's like,
Well, we're not right now.
Come
We're
on
in the
now.
middle of recording. No, it's
Guest.
not. We don't have a guest today.
speakers.
No guest. No guest. Okay. Anyways, all right. Deadpool.
Yeah, Deadpool.
We watched Deadpool and
Yes.
Wolverine last night. The kickstart of the MCU. The whole Marvel Jesus starting fresh. Everything is supposed to be new and better and different from now on. We saw it last night, opening
We did.
night. We haven't talked about it with each other at all, but we've talked about it with other people a good bit and reading reviews online and stuff.
Very important start to the Deadpool experience. I don't know if you were wanting to get one. I was not wanting to get one, but they
Wow.
sold out of the popcorn buckets.
Did they even have any when we got
Someone
there?
was in line when we were
Really?
there with one. So they sold out right before we got
dang.
there.
We saw it at like 9:30 at night.
Yeah.
So
Late
and
nights.
they had showings at like 1:30. So
Mhm.
I was expecting them to be gone by like 4 o'clock.
They'll
in the
probably get like
afternoon.
another shipment, but I mean,
Probably, yeah. And
was sad. It was a sad occurrence for,
And they
the
would have
group.
like would they dang they would have been like $30 or $40
Oh,
probably.
they were expensive. Yeah.
Yeah, the Dune ones I think were 20.
The zombie Deadpool head one was $40.
Was that a popcorn bucket or was that just a head?
That was a popcorn bucket.
Okay,
It was like the alternate. Like the Wolverine was the primary, and then that was like the backup.
Okay, because so in our theater, um, it was me, my girlfriend, and then like some random people. And one of the random guys bought the head, the zombie head, but he left it in the packaging, and he initially like put it up on the banister right in front of us because we were in a giant theater because it's like the biggest movie of the year, for in terms of box office. And he put it on the banister thing, and I was like, "What the freak is that?" And I was like tweaking for like 3 minutes because it looked like a popcorn bucket kind of thing, but it didn't look. It wasn't Wolverine. And obviously at that point, I guess, well, that's kind of getting into spoilers. Anyways,
Yeah.
I didn't know what it was. I was really confused. That explains it. I thought it was just like a toy that he had or like a collectible. I didn't know it was a popcorn bucket. Anyways, we haven't talked about the movie
at all.
You have your rating out of 10?
Yeah, I have it.
Okay. Yeah, I have mine too. All right, ready?
Yep.
And I'm not going to be like 7 again. I'm just going to say.
That's good. Yeah.
All right, cool.
You should speak.
Yeah, no, it's fun. All right.
Okay.
3. Or wait, here. We got to do the whole thing for the clip. Deadpool and Wolverine out of 10.
Let's go.
3, 2, 1.
6.5.
Okay, so we're
Pretty
very
close.
close.
Pretty close.
Okay, and I figured that would be the case. I figured that going into this, almost everybody was going to like be almost, and not everyone in our group, like everyone in the world was going to be pretty much exactly on par with the same rating, or they would think it was terrible.
Yeah, I thought it would be close, like around a 7 probably, or like a 3.
Like I'm not seeing. I don't think I've seen any 5s on Letterboxd. I've definitely seen some 9s from people.
5 out of 5.
Yeah.
I
haven't seen very many. I've seen a few 9s, just people like, oh, this is amazing, and that's fine. But then the lowest I've seen is probably like a 1, and the guy was just like, this is bad.
Yeah.
It was just like, it was very unenthusiastic. Anyways, pros or cons? Which one do you want to start with? Also, this is spoiler free. We'll get into spoilers in a little bit. So if you haven't seen it and you just want to hear people talk about it, totally welcome to stay. But we're not going to be saying anything spoilery. So it'll just be vague comments.
Yeah. You go ahead. Start with yours. Which one?
With pros or cons? I pick?
Yeah.
All right, let's start with pros.
Okay.
All right, so pros. This movie is everything that it needed to be. The whole point of this movie, the whole point they released just one Marvel movie this year, and the reason that Deadpool makes all the Marvel Jesus jokes and like he's saving Marvel is because that's what this was supposed to do. And I mean, technically, we're only 1 day in, so this could technically be a box office flop eventually, but I don't think it definitely won't be. But this did everything it needed to do. It's going to jumpstart the MCU for a little bit, at least get them going for get them another year of hype, because this movie's a lot of fun. It's high budget. It's very funny. It has not all the cameos, but it has a lot of cameos, enough to get people into the theaters, kind of like what No Way Home did. And everything with Deadpool, everything with Wolverine, it's all very, very good. So in terms of what they were trying to do, they hit the nail right on the head.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Other pros that I have, it's really funny. The jokes do start to get a little bit repetitive, especially if you've seen the first 2 Deadpool movies. Yeah. But I was still laughing pretty consistently.
I don't think there was like a joke that they told in the movie that I wasn't laughing at. Like
that's a good point.
But
all of them were at least kind of funny.
I would agree that it gets repetitive. Especially like the words that they use. Like it's just over and over. It is still funny. Like definitely, I was having a great time in there last night. But it does get. It's just like using the same thing over and over.
Right, the same kind of like middle school humor that still works on adults a little bit because it uses more F words. Let's see, all the cameos were really good. They were really satisfying. Gosh, I'm trying to like judge how I say things to not be spoilery.
Yeah, no, that's why.
For someone who has always cared a lot more about the Fox universe and the X-Men stuff more than most people, I really appreciated a lot of the cameos and this movie in general. So like one of my friends was saying, or our friends was saying how the cameos weren't what he wanted because they were mostly like Fox characters. And that was totally fine with me. That's what I wanted. That's what I expected. So I think that they did the cameos as good as they could have been without making it a crutch. Like the cameos don't dictate the story like it does in No Way Home. Also, I'm a No Way Home hater. I don't like No Way Home. So, but
I
this
don't
movie
mind
does a
going to
lot
that,
better with
but
cameos.
yeah, I would agree with that. Like, it's in no way at all are they like carrying the movie.
Right.
It is still really cool to see them, but I'm like not like the opposite, but like I never was big into like the X-Men movies or anything. Like I've
Mm-hmm.
seen them all, but I don't know a bunch about them. I don't know much about the comics at all. So I wasn't like, oh my god.
Right.
But it was still really cool to see them like bring these people back. Like that was
Right. Oh,
awesome.
for
So
sure. Yeah, every like reveal was super good, and all the payoffs in this movie were very well done. Which
yeah.
again is what they were trying to do. They're
Mhm.
trying to get like just shock value,
It wasn't straight fan service. Like
and it wasn't that either. Exactly. Yeah,
yeah.
they towed the line very well.
Mm-hmm. It's good.
Wolverine is
Good
great.
series.
The way they did Wolverine and the exposition to the story, because I feel like going into the movie, you don't really know what it's going to be about. Like,
Yeah,
because the
I like.
trailers, because the movie jumps around so many different like areas that watching the trailers, you really have just kind of no idea what's going on.
Mhm.
And the story itself is pretty interesting. It, you don't think so?
Oh no, I think it's
Okay, okay.
interesting. Yeah,
Yeah. So the whole first 30 minutes when they're explaining the plot, it's really good, and
yeah,
I enjoy watching it. And I thought they did that. I thought that was a good job.
yeah. I'd rather just say this like once we get into the spoiler part. So right, like I would agree for the most part, like with what you're
Mm-hmm.
saying right now. The when they first like brought it up, the plot, like when they first start explaining it, like it's very intriguing. It sets it up well for the rest of the movie. Like okay, like I
Mm-hmm.
can get into this. This is going to be good. So that was very good. It was a good introduction.
There are a few times where it almost seems like a plot hole where stuff happens where you just
Mm-hmm.
kind of like that's not really ever explained. It just happens.
Mm-hmm.
But to be honest, I'm being very grace, like giving a lot of grace to this movie and just like overlooking some of the stuff. Some of the
Mm-hmm.
stuff
For
isn't.
sure.
Some of the stuff isn't that bad. Like it's just like minor things. And again, we'll get into spoilers later. But overall, it was good.
If this was if this was like the first, like I don't think they would ever do this with a movie, but if this was like the first of the Deadpool movies or something,
Mm-hmm.
like I would not be
You wouldn't
giving
like
this.
it?
No, because
No, yeah, me neither.
and like I can explain more once we get into like the spoilers part.
Mm-hmm.
But it was
It just very much is. It's just not a first movie. It's very
yeah,
much a sequel, and it
the
very much
ending.
like it couldn't exist at any other point, both in terms of the MCU storyline and the MCU in like real life.
Mhm.
Like this movie would only exist right now.
Yeah,
They do a good job with all the fourth wall breaks. There weren't as many as I thought there would be, like as
yeah,
many of him just like looking into the camera and talking, but
maybe not so much of those, but there were other like
just like acknowledging the fact that
yeah,
they're in Marvel.
that was I thought there were a fair
Yeah,
amount of
and I
those. I
thought
was kind of
they did a
surprised.
good job of it too.
It was good
Like
though.
it's nice to see Disney kind of like
It's funny.
messing with themselves and like
Yeah.
acknowledging that like they've made mistakes in the past and
Mhm.
stuff like that. And that's what Deadpool always has done is kind of like picked on like either he's picked on the MCU, but now he's really more picking on just Disney in general.
Yeah.
What else? Oh, do you want to just get into cons? I can't really think of any other pros.
For the cons, I'm just thinking like it's mostly gonna like I want to say spoilers when I say the cons.
Okay.
Um,
For me, the cons are it just kind of starts to get a little messy.
that's so generally it's messy. The I don't like the pacing of it, like
Mm.
especially when you get to the end, like it just kind of the pacing just like fell apart for me.
Mm-hmm.
But
The ending is honestly probably the worst part of the movie.
yeah, I would
And not to say
definitely
that
agree with
the
that.
ending is necessarily bad. It doesn't make a ton of sense,
It was
and the
so
payoff of the end isn't that great. And I
for
know
me.
I
It
just said that the
was
payoffs were great, but that I meant for like the dramatic stuff. But like in
yeah.
terms of the plot, it just kind of ended, and you're just like, well, that's how we thought it would.
It seemed random. Like
Yeah,
it wasn't like out of nowhere because they mentioned the ending thing like multiple times throughout the movie,
right.
but it still just seemed like random. Like
Hmm.
I honestly thought there would be more to it than there was.
Yeah, it was a very straightforward ending.
Yeah.
Like it was just a very normal superhero ending, very almost like kiddie, like a very like kids show kind of
Mhm.
ending where like the characters like the
Definitely.
power of
That's
friendship almost,
yeah. It's
which is
that's a
kind of
really good way of putting it.
yeah, it's that's kind of the irony of Deadpool is that like it's both childish and super adult at the same time, but that part doesn't necessarily work for it, and just in terms of the ending. What other cons? Probably should have written them down.
I'm ready for spoilers whenever you
No,
are.
I don't want to get into spoilers already. Let's see.
Yeah, but you can go into so much more detail.
I know, but when people are watching this, it'll be Saturday, so like
Yeah.
it only have been out for 2 days.
It pretty much covers it. They're like
Okay, so the villains. What do you think about the villains?
The villains.
Really,
So
there's two.
the first half of the movie villain, like I didn't hate it.
Mhm.
Like it went well with the how they introduced the plot. So
Mhm.
like I was like, yeah, this is like pretty good. Like I didn't love it, but it wasn't terrible at all. Like it went along well with the plot. It was well included into the story. This second part villain, no.
Wait, you're saying in the second half the same villain?
Like the main villain at the end of like in the ending.
We'll just have to get into spoilers because I'm confused.
Okay.
But not right now. There was another thing I was gonna say. Okay, yeah, so there's a lot of stuff that they do that they could have done a lot more with that would have made it better, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of things that they introduce and show that they just ultimately didn't do a lot with and was just there for to say they put it in there.
Yeah.
And there's a specific thing, but again, okay, it involves Lady Deadpool because everyone knows Lady Deadpool's in it. I feel like they should have done a lot more with Lady Deadpool.
I thought they would, yeah.
I really thought they would.
Definitely, I thought they would. Like maybe not like a like main character, like side character, but like more than what it was for sure. Because it was just seemed random to me, honestly. Like
yeah, and I mean that just goes with like the whole ending just being
that whole scene was just like okay, like.
I also just remembered the biggest con.
Okay.
The CGI.
Yeah, there was a lot.
There's a few moments.
It did not need to be CGI at all, and it was, and like not like overly clear CGI, but like you could tell it was.
It was CGI, and you were just like, why? Like this is something that you could do with like a person right now. So
like you don't even need like a stunt double for this. Like
exactly.
The actor
but you're CGIing it, and for CGI, it looks pretty good, but it's obvious that it's CGI. So that was a big issue at times. But a lot of people were saying that like a lot of the movie was CGI, and I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, I didn't like. There was a specific part that they were saying they thought they were, or they thought like someone was CGI,
and I didn't think so.
I didn't see it.
His also okay. I will say Deadpool's eyes are pretty CG a lot of times, and it does look a little weird, but I thought it was okay.
Yeah,
I thought his eyes were fine.
That's not something that stands out like incredibly that like ruins anything.
Exactly.
So still looks good.
What did you think of the action?
It was okay. So it was really good. It's kind of like just your normal. They had some like slow-mo scenes and like in one of the big fights. And,
they drew a lot of emphasis to like the parts they thought would be really dramatic, which was normal. It's normal.
Seeing how they tied in the little like cameos that they had with the fights, like those were really good scenes with the action.
Right.
It didn't seem like it seemed like it was good choreography. It didn't seem like they didn't know what they were doing at all. So like I thought they did pretty good. This like the movie was shot in like less than 50 days.
Apparently, yeah, which is which I can kind of understand.
Yeah, so like these actors all do have experience with that, like with action movies.
There's very few like new actors in this, other than like the main villain. She's done a lot of stuff, but other than that, everyone is in a ton of things.
Yeah, so I think the action was good. I had no like complaints about it.
I will say sometimes I feel like it could have been more creative, and sometimes it was just being graphic just to be graphic.
Yeah,
but
definily that's a good way of putting it. There was a lot of blood where
and like in the first fight scene, just like the amount of like the bones breaking,
I mean,
like there could have been more impressive martial arts as opposed to just like people getting crushed and like ripped apart.
This is a funny movie.
It is really funny. The comedy is really good.
But yeah, it seemed like I didn't think it was gonna be as graphic as it was, seeing as like it is a Disney movie. Like obviously they have blood in movies, but like, this was a lot of blood, especially towards. I'm trying not to say this with spoilers, but towards the end of the movie,
the
big fight
Oh yeah,
sequence.
yeah.
There
Okay,
was just like
it
so
was a lot.
much. It seemed like there was like small parts of it that seemed stupid, honestly.
Mm,
But like it doesn't ruin the
yeah.
movie at all for me. Like it's
Did you think that his suit was too bright?
no.
I didn't either. And people were like having an issue with that when the trailers came out.
Maybe from the trailer, but like
I always thought it looked really good.
yeah.
I always thought it looked good. I loved his suit. I love Wolverine's suit.
For sure.
All of the character designs in this were really
I thought it was really good. Yeah.
good. Yeah. All right, you ready for spoilers?
I'm ready.
All right. Spoilers for Deadpool and Wolverine. If you haven't seen it or you don't want to wait, if you haven't seen it and you don't want it spoiled, don't watch this. If you haven't seen it but you don't care,
Still don't watch this. Don't get spoiled.
I was going to tell them to stay.
No. Don't get spoiled.
Okay.
Just go see the movie.
All right. Who's your favorite cameo?
You go first. I need to think about this for like 10 seconds.
Mine is definitely Gambit or Blade. Gambit was the funniest because we've never seen Channing Tatum as
That
Gambit.
was
Well,
hilarious.
we've only seen one live action Gambit in X-Men Origins, and I
Bro.
like that movie a good bit, and that Gambit's really good. But Channing Tatum was just
It took me a minute. I was
it took me a solid minute.
especially since I just watched 21 Jump Street last week.
Yeah,
so
all I
was
could think
just
about
like-
was him.
he walks in the room and I'm just like,
Oh yeah, all I could think about was him in his little cop suit in
Mhm.
21 Jump Street riding around on the bike.
it was funny, but he did a good.
He did a good job, and his French accent wasn't terrible. It could have been worse.
It was
It could
funny,
have
like-
been better, but it was like funnily bad.
They made multiple jokes about his accent in it, but like
Mhm.
I still laughed at every single one because like
Right.
when Deadpool couldn't understand him, I couldn't understand.
Oh, yeah,
him.
he was
Like,
just-
I had no idea. It was just like
Yeah. Blade was really good too. That
Mhm.
I was not expecting.
Neither
that
was I.
at all. That was probably out of all the cameos, I think we got the best reaction out of that one.
yeah,
And, like,
because
for our family.
everyone started cheering.
People started cheering, some people started clapping. It was just the funniest one I wouldn't say it was the funniest. Channing Tatum was definitely the funniest, but the Blade one was the most shocking.
I think I know. Like it doesn't make sense for this to be my favorite just because this was such a small part.
Mhm.
But Henry Cavill as Wolverine
That
was like
I was
awesome.
so confused. Okay, so when we got that scene and he walks in and there's like Logan
Yeah.
working on the motorcycle, I was like, something's obviously going to be wrong about him, but what is it going to be? I thought his face was going to be like deformed or something, but no, it being Henry Cavill was really funny.
Yeah, that was.
That was
you
really
could
good.
tell a little bit that it looked different just because like the hair, yeah, it was a little different.
And
but,
he's taller.
yeah, but still like it was just great. Like everyone was laughing at that. It was just
Mhm.
a really like
That was a
it-
really good montage.
It is just funny little cameos like that, especially
Yeah.
in the sequence that they were doing where he is going into all these different worlds and seeing like the
Mhm.
different types of Wolverines, and he turns around and he's just like,
I would love to when this movie is out for longer or when it's out on digital to see all those scenes again because there's definitely tons of Easter eggs in them, just like on the
Yeah,
back, especially
totally.
the Apocalypse one, the Wolverine that didn't
I
have
was-
a hand.
I was trying
Which
to
doesn't
look
even
as
make
much
sense.
as
Yeah, the comic accurate height one was really funny
oh yeah,
because in the comics Wolverine's like 5'2".
Yeah.
He is really short. So that was
good.
really really funny.
I
I'm
forgot
glad
about
I'm
that
glad
one.
they acknowledged that because sometimes people like have like they get mad about that in the comics
No,
he's 5'2", but
I mean, when you think about it, like it's not like it's unfitting for the character. Like
right, like he is a Wolverine. Like
Yeah.
they're small mammals.
that was hilarious. He gets off the stool and he's like, "Hey, little guy!" Like,
Yeah, that was good, and he just leaves.
what about the Hulk?
Oh, the Hulk was good.
It was.
Yeah,
I think
it was exactly what I expected.
It was MCU Hulk. It looked like from the back.
Yeah, it was definitely Mark Ruffalo Hulk.
Yeah.
But so they're supposedly doing a Wolverine versus Hulk movie now.
Really.
Like I've seen a few posts that says that's like it's confirmed that the movie's in the works. So because of that, I'm okay that we didn't get a lot of Hulk in this one.
Do you think did they? Okay, so you know the Russo brothers are coming back.
Yes.
Did they haven't said like what they're working on at all though? Have they?
I don't think so. I think they're doing Secret Wars, but I
Okay,
don't
yeah.
think it's
Well,
been
probably, 'cause
confirmed. I
With
think
all the other Avengers movies that they
right. They might just be doing the two Avengers movies, Secret Wars and Kang Dynasty.
I could yeah, that's what I was about to ask. Do you think they could be put on Wolverine versus Hulk?
I think they could be put on anything and it would be pretty good.
Yeah, because this is one thing. Not to piggyback off the Escape Pod podcast, but
Mhm.
it's like some of their movies are sort of black and white. Like There's not like
Right.
a ton
It
of
is
depth to
just,
them, but it's still
but it's
great.
still at least pretty good.
His Civil War,
Civil
Infinity
War,
War,
of course.
like
Yeah. And I mean, Infinity War is my favorite MCU movie. It's in my top 10 movies of all time.
Yeah.
So I have no issue with them coming back. I would love it.
no.
What this movie kind of sets, or hopefully this kind of sets up a string of movies like Hulk versus Wolverine that are just their own thing. They don't fit
That
into
would
the
be
rest of the MCU
great.
timeline. Kind of like a what if series.
It's messy right now. Like I
Yeah.
can't lie.
Like we just need projects that just exist in their own little bubble on their own that we can enjoy and then forget about.
So like projects like Shang-Chi, like I am a Shang-Chi like enthusiast.
Oh,
like
of
I
course.
like it
Yeah.
more than the average person does. It's not my favorite Marvel movie at
But
all,
it's definitely
like,
really good.
I like it more than most other people do. And part of the reason is because it's not in the direct
Exactly.
like timeline.
It's its own little thing.
Right. It has its own story going on. Those seem to be the like some of the best movies that we get from them.
All of the first movies tend to be really good, except for like Thor.
Thor. Yeah.
And I mean, like Ant-Man's really good. Doctor Strange is good. Iron Man, Captain America,
and it
Black
seems
Panther.
like as they give these movies sequels, they tie it more into the plot, and like it kind of makes it not
starts
as
to show.
good. Yeah.
Right. It's just the originality is what makes them good a lot of the time.
So I think a Wolverine Hulk movie could be like great if they did it like that, where it's like not exclusive, but like secluded to specifically that fight, the rivalry between those two. That could be a great.
I think that would be really good.
Yeah.
One of my favorite jokes. Have you seen any of the Mad Max movies?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So there was a movie that came out this year called Furiosa.
Yeah, I know the scene though when he did that.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
So funny because when they get to the void, they're like, this is like Mad Max, and that's obviously what
they roll up on like the motorcycle.
Yeah, the dude's like controlling motors. It's literally like Furiosa. Like all that stuff is in the movies, and yeah, gosh, that was probably one of my favorite jokes.
That was really funny because like just out of nowhere he just picks it up.
Yeah, he's holding the head. And he's like, "You're Queen Furiosa." So what about all the other cameos? So like there was Sabretooth, Toad, Juggernaut. Those were the main. Oh, and Pyro. Those were the main X-Men ones. But there were characters who appeared like briefly in some of the other movies. So you remember X-Men Last Stand? There's the girl who has super speed. She's in it. There's a girl in Apocalypse who's in it. I don't remember her name, but she has like the pink and purple like electricity kind of thing. Like she's the one who grabbed was it Wolverine? No, it was X-23. When she jumped into the thing, she like grabbed her with that whip. That's her. She's in Apocalypse. And I really like that character. Her as a mutant is really cool. Something that they didn't.
The old Juggernaut.
No, that was a completely new actor.
Well, I know, but like the design wise, like.
Oh, yeah, that's how it is in Last Stand.
Yeah,
I like that. I think that the comic one is better because he's actually massive. He's not still like a normal sized human.
Right.
But I like Juggernaut. I think that's really cool.
Like I guess they're in like the void. So if a giant Juggernaut came out, like the one from Deadpool 2, like
oh right, I forgot about that they did that. Yeah.
Like even if he was in that, I would have been like sick.
Yeah, it would have been fine. But because they used the Juggernaut helmet as part of the ending, it makes sense that it was a smaller version.
Yeah, it was good. It was still good.
What did you think about what's up? Go ahead. I didn't have any. I was just trailing.
Chris.
Of course, Johnny Storm. That was a really good reveal.
I knew it wasn't going to be Cap when they
really. Like I was completely oblivious.
You thought so?
I had completely forgotten that he was Johnny Storm.
You could tell by his size. Like Cap is.
I knew something looked off about him, but I thought it was just like it's a different version of Captain America.
It was funny. They set it up purposely, like for sure.
100%.
Yeah, because he has the little red arm sleeve or whatever.
Yeah.
So
I just
looks
thought
like it would be Cap.
They got me, but that was really funny. Chris Evans
what are the odds
was really good.
It's more likely that they bring him in as Johnny Storm.
I just literally completely forgotten about those Fantastic Four movies.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of thinking about it. I was expecting like some sort of Fantastic Four cameo, so I was like, this would be a good way to do it because I was saying like they could do like Pedro Pascal's Mr.
Fantastic.
Introduction to that.
I'm glad they didn't though.
Yeah,
I want everything for Fantastic Four. Also, again, like I want it to be its own little bubble, and I don't think it will be because I think that Fantastic Four is really gonna it's gonna like those four characters, especially um, Mr. Fantastic and the Invisible Woman, are gonna like lead the next Avengers. I
Mm-hmm.
think them and like kind of Spy. No, not even. I don't even know they're gonna do a Spider-Man. Anyways, plot hole. I wouldn't call it a plot hole. It's just never explained and it's annoying. X-23 being there,
Yeah,
being the one from Logan, she's just there. Like
they didn't
why would
explain
they have
it
erased her?
at all.
Right. Like
That's
why would
what
she have been sent to the void? Because it's heavily implied. It's not confirmed, but it's heavily implied that she's the one from Logan.
Yeah, well, like it would seem like it. I
Right.
don't think it ruins Logan at all.
Oh no,
That
I think that this movie doesn't do anything bad for Logan.
yeah. We should talk about the intro, the first
The first scene.
scene
Yeah.
after this.
Okay.
So like it doesn't ruin Logan at all that she's in this. It just seems weird because like
Mm-hmm.
she went off to live like her protected life or whatever,
Right.
and she ends up in the void.
To be honest, most of her parts weren't great. Like I liked that she had like her little hut thing going on, and she like collected like Elektra, Blade,
Yeah,
Gambit, Wolverine, and Deadpool. That was cool, but she didn't get enough moments to shine. Like she obviously was the reason that Wolverine like decided to go fight,
Mhm.
but there were also a lot of moments with her that just didn't make a lot.
It
of
seemed
sense,
like
where
they
she
brought
just didn't do anything.
yeah they brought her in just for that.
Right, and like she puts on the sunglasses at the end. Like there was no point for that.
Yeah,
It was just kind of ridiculous, and it doesn't make sense this year.
it was like it was fine. Like,
I thought it was dumb. But that was one plot hole. What's another one? Oh, how did all the Deadpools get into the main world again?
that's
Didn't they use a Doctor Strange portal?
well because I don't remember the villain's name.
Cassandra Nova.
Yeah, so she had the portal still open, and then they all came through.
Oh,
That was like that's what I was saying. Like
that
what?
was
Like they all
they
came out
should
of
have done
nowhere.
more with the
I know they
Deadpools.
said something like, "Oh, there's all of these Deadpools."
Yeah, and they're like, oh, they're bad,
but like they just like came in there.
and then
They
just
fight right there.
yeah.
That's the scene I was saying. Like there's so much blood, and like
Oh,
like
yeah.
when they're like going through this bus, like just killing everyone.
That yeah, I forgot about that, and it's just like gushing onto the screen.
Yeah, and the guy and the Deadpool is in the back, and like his gun runs out of ammo, and he's just like, and then they kill him. Like I was just like, that's just stupid. Like
I wish that they had done a lot more with the Deadpools.
Mhm.
Like the nice pool was funny, but I wanted more. Like I wanted Lady Deadpool to be a main thing. But I get that this movie's supposed to be Deadpool and Wolverine, so it like because if they had a bunch of Deadpools, it would be more of just Deadpool and not Deadpool and Wolverine. But they just put in the giant group of Deadpools just because.
Yeah,
and it could have been a lot. It could have been done a lot better.
Yeah, it was cool. Oh, did you know that Kid Pool, not the baby, but
The girl who like had a line.
Yeah. Oh, it was a girl. I don't know. One of our friends told me this last night that I don't remember the actor's name, but it's the kid that plays Percy Jackson and the kid from the Adam Project.
Oh, really?
Played that kid.
Really?
That's what they said. So like I don't.
I don't think that's real because they called it a girl. They said like she's.
I mean,
because when she said a line, Nice Pool was like she's one of the worst ones.
Yeah, but, well, I know, but like he could.
It could still be his voice.
He could do
yeah.
a girl voice. Like
let's investigate because that'd be interesting. But I was gonna say something.
I'm just gonna say it was really we were talking about this. The introduction scene, he's digging up his grave and he's like, I'm about to bring him back. Like he didn't actually die in Logan.
Yeah.
If he didn't actually die, that would have sucked because yeah, like the whole point of Logan is that he makes the sacrifice. Like that would have not ruined Logan, but that just would have brought it down so much for me.
I agree.
But I love that they included that. Like that was really funny.
That was really funny. And then he was like, now a lot of you are probably wondering how we're gonna acknowledge Logan and like ruin the ending. And did he say we are or we're not? Or is it like sorry, but we definitely are?
Yeah, I think he was saying like, I think he said we are. Yeah.
And then they did it. It was good.
Yeah,
that was a good scene. And then that whole action, I thought that was one of the better action moments.
So that's another thing. Like all the blood, like it just seems excessive. With like
yeah.
But it is.
So Walker Scobell, who is the guy, is in it right now. I'm looking through the cast to see who he is. Actually, wait, it'll probably say here. No, it won't. I need the computer. Anyways, keep going. What were you saying?
So like there just seemed like there was so much blood in that scene that it seemed excessive, but it was still hilarious. Like he's beating these guys up with with Wolverine's
That was good,
adamantium
and then he like
bones.
ends up using the entire skeleton.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was good.
and
He
then
is Kidpool. Okay.
okay, yeah. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
That's
and Blake. Okay, I
did,
thought it was Matthew McConaughey as
what?
Cowboy Deadpool.
Who was it?
Matthew McConaughey.
Oh, it was
It
him.
is him.
Okay,
That's
yeah.
what I'm saying. Yeah, like when Cowboy Deadpool was talking, I was like, that sounds so much like Matthew McConaughey. But it was only like one line where I was like, that's got to be him.
Yeah.
But I was like, maybe they wouldn't do that because like it's one line, but it was him. That's funny. And then Blake Lively was Lady Deadpool.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, she wasn't in the suit, but yeah, she voiced.
Right.
She voiced. So, yeah, that's cool. He made the. Have you watched what Gilmore Girls is?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I thought that
Is
was
she
funny.
in that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh.
She's like one of the main.
Okay, gotcha.
So when he
and he makes
said
the
like
Gilmore Girls.
there's 100 and however many bones in the human body, unless I'm watching Gilmore
207.
Girls, and there's another one.
That makes a lot more sense. That makes that joke a lot funnier.
That was funny. But yeah, I think it's cool that they brought her in to voice that because like she wasn't a big part of the movie.
And I wish she had been because the Deadpool comics I've read, when there's all of the like, there's probably a name and I'm forgetting it. When the group of Deadpools are together, it's really funny and it's really good and they all work together well. So I thought like Dogpool, Lady Deadpool, our Deadpool, Kidpool, the zombie one was all going to be like a thing.
Yeah,
and it wasn't, and that's unfortunate. But again, hey, give us another one in the future. Give us a little bubble. Give us a little project.
Yeah.
It's just the Deadpools all hanging out and doing stuff.
Yeah.
There's one Deadpool comic that's really, really good where there's this girl, this scientist lady, who's like obsessed with Deadpool, and she like follows him around at all of his like crimes, not his crime scenes, but like all of his scenes, because he's like a mercenary, all the scenes where he kills people. And she like will take his limbs and like severed limbs and like collect them, and she ends up like throwing them all together in a bag, and they all combine into zombie Deadpool. And he's got like 2 left arms, so one of his arms is like this, and then the other one is like always like this.
Yeah.
And it's him versus Deadpool, and it's really good. So I would love to see something like that.
Yeah, that could be good.
It would be good.
Okay.
It would be good. We need more Deadpool. We need more Deadpool stuff.
Yeah, not right now. Like focus
on
things
right
now.
No, not right.
Come back to that. I hated Cassandra Nova.
Really?
Like I don't know what it was.
Like there was no redeeming qualities for her.
Yeah, I think it's just like her part, the role that she played in the plot, just because it was so rushed. But it was just like, yeah, at the end I was just like,
they definitely could have explained her powers.
Yeah, so
like it appeared she had telepathy. Yeah, because she was like really strong, but then other times she was like
she shoved Wolverine
or telekinesis. I mean, sorry.
Yeah, but she shoved him into the ground.
Right, like she should have been.
Like, that's strong.
Yeah, for someone with those kind of powers, she should have been doing so much more. Like there was just like the whole fight scene when the whole squad, Deadpool, Wolverine, Gambit, all of them pull up to the giant Ant-Man. She does nothing for most of it. And like she could have totally, the fact that the whole plan was, okay, let's get this Juggernaut helmet on her, and that they did it doesn't make any sense. Like they should have never been able to come close to doing that based on how powerful we saw her as.
Yeah, I mean,
like if she pulled the skin off of someone and instantly killed them, she should have had no issue dealing with everybody there.
When you have a character that's strong, like there's going to be issues like that no matter what.
Of course.
Like you have to work.
And that's why she shouldn't have been that strong.
Yeah. So I was like, holy crap, when she did that to Johnny, I was like,
yeah,
what?
Yeah, that was rough. And also it didn't explain how she can heal either. Because she got stabbed and shot multiple times. But it's like with the helmet on, she couldn't do anything about it.
When she has her powers, obviously something about her.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But like, so the scope of her powers is seemingly limitless.
It would be nice to get some explanation, but honestly, I don't want them to bring her back anyways. Yeah.
So. I thought that it wasn't. I didn't think it was that bad. There's definitely been worse MCU villains.
Oh, for sure.
But they definitely could have done a lot better.
She didn't have any motive for me.
Yeah, she was just kind of like evil.
She's using this machine at the end. I was like, okay, they're doing the parallel between like Deadpool and Wolverine, like hanging onto the wires or whatever, and she's like trying to absorb the stuff. I'm like, it's not like there's no meaning though. Like,
right.
She's just like trying to kill him. Like
exactly. Okay. So yeah. Let's see what else.
when just like the plot and the pacing is all over the place for me, and that's why I'm giving it like I'm between like a 6.5, but like
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna like fight between those. I'll just give it a 6.5 because
Right.
it was a lot of fun. I was
It was a
laughing
lot of fun.
majority
It's
of the
everything
time.
I expected it to be. My expectations were exactly what it was.
There's nothing to hate about this movie. There's just stuff that I
Yeah.
don't like.
The only things that people are hating on are people who just hate on all of the MCU, pretty much, other than like
Pretty much,
Iron
yeah.
Man 1.
They want to,
Yeah,
hate on
and
it.
like
So
that's fine because I do get that it is very much the same thing all the time. So I
mhm.
understand that it doesn't fit into the scope of what some people would call a movie, but for the rest of us, it's fun.
Mhm.
And it makes me really excited to think about how this can restart the excitement that we used to have
Yeah,
for the
yeah, yeah.
MCU. Because it's like, I wish I had been older. Like, I wish I had been my age now when the MCU was at its peak. Because I really don't
Oh
remember a lot
yeah.
of it, and I didn't really go to the theaters
I was saying this
like a lot of
just
the time to watch it.
Infinity War is the first Marvel movie, might just be a movie in general, that I can remember walking out of the theater and being like, wow,
Mm-hmm.
like I need to
Right,
find
because up
out. I
until
like I need to like I was thinking about it for like
mhm.
hours, like even like days after I went to see
Yeah,
this movie.
and like we were 12 or something when that came out, so it's like
Yeah.
that's when we first, like for me at least, that's when I first started thinking about like what makes a movie good, or like
Mhm.
why do I like this movie other than the fact like it's cool.
Because yeah, when I was younger, still loved the movies,
Right,
but
of
really
course,
just because
but
people are
it's
shooting
it's
guns
just
and like
superheroes. Yeah, it's
fighting,
just
like
fun.
yeah, you obviously you're gonna love that. You're a kid.
Exactly.
So once you get into like the meaning of the movies, then yeah, I wish they were releasing the older movies like around this time, just because it means so much more
Right.
to you. Like you can just
Exactly.
think about it on a deeper level. Just with the like you're grown up now. You're more mature, so you
Mm-hmm.
can like respect it more
Mm-hmm.
for what it is.
I totally agree, and that's why I hope that from this that the hype kind of restarts in a way. I don't think it'll ever be what it was with like
Mhm.
the Infinity War and Endgame
I don't
period.
think they can get back to that. That was
They
just
definitely can't.
too good.
But having stuff like Fantastic Four, Secret Wars, this does genuinely get me really excited for it.
Mhm.
And up until last night, I really didn't care that much about the MCU. I just kept up with it so I could have
Yeah,
conversation and like do content about it. But other than that, I didn't really care. Now I care,
yeah.
which was the point.
Like I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just because we saw the trailer for it last night in the
Mm-hmm.
theater, but like I'm excited for Captain America now.
I am too.
Like
I am too. I think it. I don't think it's going to be anything incredible, but I think it'll be
I think it's
at
gonna be
least pretty
good.
good,
Like
and the action's going to be good.
yeah, I think it's gonna be close to like Winter Soldier. Maybe not like as good, but like
Mm-hmm.
just as far as like what goes down,
Right.
which I don't have a problem with it at all. Like as long as it's not like shot for shot, like taking the storyline from Winter Soldier or anything like that.
Yeah, and I don't think it will.
Well, like not exactly like that, but like similar to
Yeah,
that.
I think it'll do a pretty good job of kind of being its own thing, but
Mhm.
it's not going to be anything groundbreaking. It's just going to be
Yeah,
good,
which is literally
which
what
is
I
fine.
want.
Yeah.
It's its own thing again. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's what I keep coming back to. Like it's literally its own thing. It's reminds me of Shang Chi. Like I just like the movie because it's
Mm-hmm.
that basic action sort of just like feeling that you get from it,
Yeah.
and that's great.
Yeah.
So
And it's got like Red Hulk's going to be cool.
mhm.
Okay, this is ridiculous. It's ridiculous that Falcon doesn't have the super serum.
Yeah,
Like he
it's
totally should, because like otherwise he's no different than just like a normal soldier.
that's why I don't like they should have done it differently in the show. Like they shouldn't
Mm-hmm.
have had all of those random people be able to get the serum. I think
Mm-hmm.
they should have made it more of a like there's only one vial of this left
Right.
and they give it to him
Yeah.
instead.
Because it's just kind of weird that like this person is going to be Captain America.
Is not
He's nothing necessarily special.
he
He's trained hard. He's a good fighter and stuff like that. But like,
I know
he can't
the
like keep up with like
right
aliens or anything
the
like that.
point is that like he's not going to be as strong as Cap was. So like
Mm-hmm.
he just has to get through
Or
that.
just
But like
strong in like different ways because he has the
but like
Falcon suit.
he's literally just a normal guy
Mm-hmm.
fighting Red Hulk, who's
Yeah,
insanely strong.
which hopefully doesn't. It's not how it is. We don't necessarily know
Right.
that Red Hulk is going to
Yeah.
be bad.
Right.
He
Right.
could be. In the comics,
I would
he's kind of all
assume.
over the place, but we'll see. So yeah, I am decently excited for Captain America. I'm more
Mhm.
excited for Fantastic Four now, just with this movie, just kind of building the
Yeah.
hype up.
Probably.
Secret Wars. I don't know a lot about Secret Wars or Kang
I
Dynasty.
just know the basis of it. Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm excited for that though, especially if they brought the
Oh
Russo
yeah.
brothers back for that. Like I
Mhm.
think that can be really good movies.
For someone who really didn't like No Way Home, I'm just really intrigued to see what they do with the next Spider-Man movie.
I am too, because I don't like. I agree with most people that it is like a lot of fan service, but like that's why I like it. Like I'm not gonna hate
Exactly,
it
and that's why I
because
don't like it.
yeah,
Is because I feel like the fan service is just a crutch, which it isn't in Deadpool.
right, yeah. So No Way Home definitely it just piggybacks the bringing Toby and Andrew back and
Mm-hmm.
all the villains. But like it's still like a good movie for me. Like I still enjoy it a lot. So
Yeah.
um, I don't hate it at all. Like I like No Way Home. Um,
So yeah,
okay,
Deadpool is we're excited for the MCU again.
yeah.
All right, you want to do? I think all that's left is the blind rank.
Can I say my changes real quick though to my
Oh
list?
yes, of course.
Okay, so episode one we did our top four favorite movies and shows, and I was
Great.
like all over the place with mine. I just kind of like threw it together, and I literally went back and rewatched it, and I was like, I made a terrible list. Like, I really did. So, I made like pretty big changes to my movie list, definitely, and then like one or two changes to my show list.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say real
You're
quick,
doing 5 of each, right?
I'm doing
All
top
right.
five
So
instead of top four.
take us from number 5 for the movies.
I need to look just so
Oh.
I can remember.
Sorry.
Okay.
Also, I didn't think about actors, so we just won't do that.
That's fine. We can do that some other time.
Next episode, we're gonna do our top 5 actors.
Okay, so movies, and I have them in order here. I'm gonna start with number five. I just watched this like 2 nights ago for the first time.
Wait, hold on. Is it 21 Jump Street?
No.
Wait, what else did we watch? Oh,
I
Logan.
I didn't watch it with you.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Logan is very good, by the way. I just watched that recently.
Yeah.
I gave it a 5 out of 5.
Logan's
amazing
great.
movie. It might just be recency bias, but I have Good Will Hunting in my 5 spot.
I think that's a totally yes, it could be recency bias, but that movie it's a good movie to put in your top 5.
It was great. Like I love Robin Williams first of all.
What's your favorite scene?
Probably the one where he's explaining he missed the baseball game to talk to meet his future wife.
Oh my gosh.
It's especially like a big meaning of the movie is don't let up. Like he's insanely smart. He has all these opportunities. Don't let these opportunities pass. Because there's other people that don't have these opportunities. Like do something that you want to do. We're in college, early college stages. We're in that sort of situation because like with my family, like I have opportunities that other people do not have. So like don't let these pass. Do something that you're gonna enjoy. Do something that matters. So that's really just a big part of it for me. It was a great movie.
My favorite scene is near the end when they're at the construction site and it's Ben Affleck and Matt Damon and he's like
on the hood of the car.
Yeah, he's like in 40 years, I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and I'm gonna be 50.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Like I'm okay with that.
That scene was great.
Yeah. And then I don't remember exactly what he said, but he's like, if you don't take advantage of this, basically I'll kill you.
Yeah.
He's like
it's disrespectful to the.
Yeah. He's like, don't do it for you. Do it for me.
Yeah.
Do it for the fact that you have something that no one else does.
Exactly.
And don't just be an ass and just sit on your ass and do nothing about it. Like take advantage of it. Yeah, it really puts stuff into perspective.
Number
good
4,
good pick.
I have Hacksaw Ridge. It's my favorite war movie.
That was my number 4 for a while.
Yeah,
that's a good movie.
These lists could change,
but they will.
Just thinking about it right now, like I just love these. So Hacksaw Ridge is it's my favorite war movie. Andrew Garfield is an amazing actor. He did a great job at playing Desmond Doss. There's like really not too much to say about this. Like they just do a great job of portraying like how it actually was like in the war. Like it's you're literally just on this like muddy field. It's smoky, dark, and then you literally
no one really knows what's going on. Everyone has like one objective in their head.
You just see movement and you shoot at it pretty much.
Yeah.
Like it was just it's a great story. Like I don't have to explain.
Do you like war movies?
Yeah, they're not like my favorite genre or anything. I haven't seen a lot, but I do like.
I'm typically pretty low on them, and just because a lot of them are very very similar. But Hacksaw Ridge and Saving Private Ryan are both.
There's only so much you can do with them, but yeah,
exactly. But and I think this one does as much as it can, and does it in a good way.
3. This is gonna I don't even know if I think you've seen this. If anybody cares about this list, you're gonna be like, what? I've McFarland USA.
I've not seen that.
This is not like a crazy good movie. I just like love like it's a comfort movie for me,
Okay.
honestly. When this first came out, like I was pretty young. I remember watching this. My mom had one of the cars where like you have the little TV screen
Mm-hmm.
at the top of it.
Yeah,
So I'm like I was at my brother's soccer game one time eating Publix chicken
we're getting
tenders,
deep.
and I'm watching this movie and I just love it. Like there's just so many
Nice.
scenes of it. Like it's a nice, comforting movie for me. It's just like a really good story. There's nothing special about it. It has Kevin Costner in it. Like he just does a he's like
Oh yeah.
the main character, so he just does a really good job at that. It's a good story. We should watch that sometime.
Yeah, sure.
Um, Two, I still have Ratatouille on this list.
Fire.
Like, how are you gonna make
How
a
can
top
you-
five list and
How can
not
you
have
not
Ratatouille?
put
in it?
Ratatouille at least in like the top
So
10 best
good.
animated movies of all time?
Again,
Ratatouille's so
I
freaking
know.
good.
I said this last time, but like I love cooking, so like obviously I'm gonna like it. But just the story's good, the animation is great.
The characters are so relatable and
Yeah.
so good.
And like having like they have multiple antagonists in this because like they have Ego as an antagonist,
Yeah.
great antagonist.
Right.
Chef Skinner, that was the head chef, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Skinner.
I'm pretty sure.
So like he wasn't as big of an antagonist, but like he still was one,
Mhm.
and it was good. It's just like a great movie. Like I don't think anyone's gonna disagree with me. Bless you.
So the thing about Ratatouille is I watched it a lot as a kid and loved it as a kid,
Mm.
and it's something that I've like continuously watched over the years. And the more I get older, the more I realize how serious so much of the movie is.
Yeah,
Like there's so many elements that
we
are
did that
like
with a lot of movies, but
right, but it's like I never even realized or processed that Linguini was like essentially in poverty.
Mhm.
Like the dude is so poor, and like I never even like that never like clicked when I was like in like elementary school.
Yeah.
But like now watching it, I'm like, wow, like there's so much like complex. There's so many complex themes going on in this movie.
Mhm.
It's so good, so good.
And then first, this spot didn't change. I still have Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Into the Spider-Verse.
Into the Spider-Verse.
Into the
I made
Spider-Verse.
up my mind.
Okay.
At first, I had Into and Across the Spider-Verse on my list,
Right.
not in any specific order. Obviously, Across the Spider-Verse is still amazing. But I just,
of course.
I didn't put it on here because I wanted to get these other movies up here.
Mhm.
So I decided that like I like Into the Spider-Verse a little bit better, just being like the
Me
first
too.
movie.
Yeah.
I don't know. It did a great job.
They're both perfect.
I think it's
The
my
first one's just
I think it's my favorite animated movie of all time.
Mhm.
I don't need to explain this. Like everybody understands this. If you don't, then like get it into your school. Like
Yeah.
this is
I don't understand
such
how
a
people
good movie.
cannot like that movie.
So yeah, that's the top 5 movies. And then
Top 5 shows.
So top 5 shows. I have at 5. You're gonna be upset. I have Jujutsu Kaisen at 5.
I'm not upset.
Okay.
Why would I be upset?
Well, because
Oh,
you
that
want
you
me to
moved it
like
back?
this. Yeah.
Oh, it's not even in my top 5.
It's not.
If it is, it's 5.
Okay. I have that at 5. I've watched a lot more of it now since the
Mhm.
first episode, and it just like cemented it into my top 5. Like it is
You don't even know.
I'm not even at like
You
the
don't
good
even
parts yet.
know.
But I've
So
seen more of
good.
it yet. I love the show.
He's not in. We just started the Shibuya incident.
I'm not like an anime guy in any means whatsoever.
It's such a good starter anime.
yeah,
Isn't it?
it's so.
It's
good.
a really good starter anime, and
um.
I'm really not big into anime either. I would like to be. I just haven't had the time to.
At 4, I have Rick and Morty.
Fire.
That's still on there. I've started rewatching this because I have seen a lot of Rick and Morty. I just haven't seen it all in order. So I'm
Yeah.
watching it in order now, and like it's still like there's so many funny scenes.
There's
like,
so many
just-
funny. It's so brilliant.
Yeah, it's so things just hit hard in this show for no reason. Like it's so
Mhm.
random, but it's still
Mhm.
so amazing. And I'm not even at the like development
We're in,
into the plot
yeah.
yet. Like it's
You're still
awesome.
in season 1 for
Yeah.
your rewatch. Yeah.
Yeah. So
And season 1 is mostly just like comedy oriented.
Mhm.
It's after that when it starts to get deep.
except for episode like 5 or whatever.
Which 5 is
I don't know why
I memorized all the
spoilers.
episodes for a bit.
It's whatever one where
The simulation.
the love potion one.
Oh, Rick Potion number 9.
Yeah, and they
Yeah.
they have to go to the different
Yeah,
world.
that one's deep.
Yeah, and that's the first time where the plot like that's part of a plot. Like,
Yeah.
for the
Okay.
whole
Yeah.
show.
Exactly. That is the first one where you get into like the canon of it.
Yeah, and you're like, whoa. So yeah, Rick and Morty at number 4. 3, I have Star Wars: The Clone Wars. I explained this last time. This is my childhood show. Like I've grown up on this. I've rewatched this show many times. Clone Troopers are like my favorite part of Star Wars. There's just so much to love in this show. There's development, like clones are literally the same exact person, and there's still development
And they're
among
still
them,
different.
and
Right.
they're different personalities, which is just great. The addition of season 7 was absolutely
Oh,
amazing,
season 7 is so good.
so good.
It's so good.
And even before that, they still have like
Oh,
in the
absolutely.
later seasons, it
So
gets so
yeah,
good.
peak moments.
There's some deep, heavy hitting moments in that show as well.
Mhm.
Okay, so two, I completely forgot about this show last time. I have Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Okay, I thought that was going to be your one.
On it, I was thinking like it could be my one. The reason I have my other one at number one, like it's just like my show. Like just
Oh wait, no, I know you're number one.
so Avatar is such a good show. Like it's a long
Keep
show,
talking.
but it never gets like I never get bored of it at all. There's so many good characters. There's good character development throughout it, especially with Zuko.
Oh yeah.
Like such good character development. Iroh is just an amazing character throughout the show. Aang and Katara's relationship develops throughout the show. Like it's so good. There's nothing that I don't like about this show. There's not a single thing that I don't like about it. And then number one, I have The Office. Avatar is
Yeah.
definitely a better show than The Office, but like
Yeah.
as far as my favorites go, I love The Office. I've watched all 7, all 9,
9 seasons.
all
Yeah.
9 seasons. Like probably like 9 times. Like I said this last time. I just know these episodes by heart.
Yeah.
Character development through this show is great as well. Funny moments. Michael Scott is a great character.
It's so iconic.
Very good casting. Like, have you seen the videos where they like were going through who they're going to cast as the characters?
I think so. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
It's like I'm really glad
Like seeing
that
the other actors play the other
Yeah.
characters. Yeah.
I'm really glad we got what we got because the casting in the show is just really good.
Mhm.
So that's just another comfort show for me.
Yeah.
And then honorable mention, Community. It's a really good show.
So good.
It's a really good show, but no, it's not in my top 5. So those were my significant changes to my movie and show list, and that's about it.
Yeah. Just for the sake of it, I'm gonna do my 5
Go
shows. I'm gonna do them quickly. I'm just gonna like
Mhm.
get them off because what time is it?
35. Yeah, I need it.
Yeah. So we'll wrap it up. So my top 5 movies. Mine kind of move around a lot. So number 5, I'll probably say Ratatouille for 5. 4 would be 4 would be Parasite. 3 would be probably either Fight Club or Into the Spider-Verse. Those two are going to be 2 and 3.
Okay.
And then 1 is Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Yeah. If you want to see my explanations for all that, just go watch episode 1. Then for my top 5 shows, this one is a little bit harder. I'll probably say Jujutsu Kaisen at 5. It's a lot harder to rank them. My number 1 is Rick and Morty. My number 2 is Community. My number 3...
Wow.
Yeah, I like Dan Harmon. My number 3 is like I love Breaking Bad. I love Regular Show. I love Gravity Falls. I love Clone Wars. I love Severance. For number 3, I'll say Jujutsu Kaisen for number 3. I probably should put that high because it's like I talk about it literally every single day. So I'll say JJK at 3. 4, I'll say Gravity Falls. 5, I'll say Breaking Bad. Regular Show is
Gravity Falls. You have that high?
Yeah.
You haven't even mentioned that to me. I think you mentioned it to me.
I think last time for top 4, I said Regular Show and Gravity Falls were tied for 4. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen a little bit of it, not too much.
Okay, you need to watch all of it.
Girlfriend loves Gravity Falls.
Yeah, it's so good. It's good. All right. Do we need to end it?
Oh, no, wait, that was just. No. We can. So what else do we have?
We just had the blind rank.
Balls.
That I didn't put that there.
Yeah, we can do the blind rank real quick.
Let's just do one. I'll give you mine and you blind rank them.
Okay.
So we're doing a Star Wars character blind rank. I have 10 random characters written down, and Ethan is going to rank them all.
And it's going to be a perfect list because that's all I do is I make perfect lists.
He only does perfection, but he's definitely going to botch some of this. Hold on. Getting the 10.
This guy's like ill belief. Listen to him.
All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
Ahsoka. Oh, this is his opinion on them, not like how strong they are.
Okay.
Ahsoka.
I'm gonna go, and it's out of you have 10 characters.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put her at 3.
3. Okay. I would say 3 or 2. General Hux. I think I did a good job of getting like a lot of random characters on this.
Yeah, because that's
General
very
Hux is
random.
really random.
I don't know. He's annoying, but he's supposed to.
He's got a good payoff though.
Yeah.
Kind of. As good as they can be.
You can give me people I hate.
I will give you people that you hate.
I'm just gonna put him at 8 right now.
Put him at 8. Okay.
Yeah.
Hux. All right. Kiedi-Mundi.
I'll go 7.
Okay. Yeah,
some people
that's
hate him. I don't like hate him.
I don't. There's no reason to hate him or to like him. Like he's just there.
Well, no, there are. When you like look into it, there's reasons to hate him. With like, he just supported like certain things that like brought the downfall of the Jedi. But okay. I don't care.
Darth Maul.
I'll put him at 2.
Put him at 2. Okay.
Mm.
Maul at 2. Osha from the Acolyte.
9.
Brutal.
Maybe I want to go 10, honestly.
No, all right. No, I mean, you can if you want to.
9.
Bib Fortuna.
1. No.
They want a Lunga.
No, I have to put him at 10 just because, like, creepy looking dude.
So creepy looking. Gosh, he freaked me out.
His hands too.
When
he's like,
that was literally what I was thinking. All I can imagine is this. Barriss Offee. By the way, you have.
I have to put her at 6.
Right? Yeah, you have 1 and then 4, 5, 6.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and put her at 6.
Okay.
Good spot.
Offee. Rey.
5. What?
Nothing.
I just don't like the character's just not I don't hate her like some people do.
Yeah.
But
I'm just smiling because the way this list is going, you're not going to be happy. Commander Cody.
Ooh.
You have 1 and 4.
4. Can't put him at 1. Oh my god, who is it going to be?
I just wrote any Kaminoan. Just any of those long-necked bastards. So, you're putting him at 1? Any Kaminoan?
There's got to be some just...
We get like 2
awesome talk. Someone from Legends is just going to be...
All right, so your list. Whatever. Number 10, Bib Fortuna. Number 9, Osha. Number 8, General Hux. Number 7, Kiedi-Mundi. So far, I would say it's a decent list. 6, Barriss Offee. 5, Rey. 4, Commander Cody. 3, Ahsoka. 2, Maul, and 1.
It's so good.
It's actually perfect, and like I would move stuff around, but like there's no like crazy takes on there.
Yeah,
you should have put Maul at 1 and Ahsoka at 2.
That is funny. But
what would you have? Would you just have put any Kaminoan at like 9?
Probably 9 or 10, because like just because there's no character there. Like they're just
there.
When you get into it, like they're booty holes because of like what they do.
They're just like Okay, it's 240. Do you want to do my blind rank? I kind of want to do mine now.
Yeah, we can do it.
All right, cool. All right, I'll try to be fast. All right, now we're doing my blind rank because we are on a time schedule, so we're just trying to keep things going. But we have time, hopefully.
Okay. So first off, Luke.
3. Luke Skywalker at 3.
Luke Skywalker. Hold on.
Like he's a good Jedi. I'm putting him at 3 because I'm feeling like you put a lot of mid characters on this list. I don't think you put as many as I did. I put a lot of just randoms in there, but like I'm fine with him at 3.
Okay, so Luke at 3. Next up, you have Boba Fett.
4. Not the best bounty hunter.
Who do you think is the best bounty hunter?
They're like the best at their job.
Mm-hmm.
Probably Django.
Okay, I would agree with that.
I mean, he's like they literally decided to make a whole army based off of him.
Yeah.
So he's got to be.
Especially when you get into Legends, like the books and the comics.
He's that guy.
Han Solo.
Han Solo. 5. 5. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not as big on Han Solo as a lot of people are.
Mm-hmm.
He's good, but he's nothing crazy.
I think you said you think he's like not stale, but like
he's a static character.
Static.
Yeah. He changes a little bit.
Palpatine.
I don't want to just kick, but I guess like 6. Like, yeah, we're just going
filling up your middle
3,
spots.
4, 5, 6. I know.
I don't.
These are all like pretty middle characters though.
I gave you some like I didn't really give you any random people.
Yeah, I was really going for the random characters there.
Ray.
8. So I skipped 7. So I have 10, 9, 7,
You have
2, 1.
You have 1, 2, 7, 9, and 10.
Okay. So yeah, exactly what I just said.
Captain Rex.
Captain Rex. We'll say 2.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you.
You're
That's
welcome.
a great take by you.
I don't normally have bad takes.
Okay.
My Star Wars takes are normally pretty mild.
Yoda.
Oh man, that sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would put Yoda. If I put him at 1, I'm fine with that. Like I probably would put him below Luke. I don't know actually.
Oh, I know who I should have given you.
So I have 1, 7, 9, 10.
Yes.
I'm just gonna go 1.
1 for Yoda.
For Yoda.
Okay.
And I'm really hoping that Maul.
I can see it, but
yeah, I'm hoping that Maul, Anakin, Vader,
Mace Windu.
That sucks. 7. Yeah, I would put him at probably 3 or 4.
Soul.
Soul
from the Acolyte.
Oh yeah. I was like
Master Soul.
All I have is 9 and 10, right?
That's right.
9. I would probably put him a little bit higher.
Osha.
Osha at 10. Okay, that's fine.
Okay. So, Ganit's list is number 1, Yoda. 2, Captain. Or wait, no, I'm gonna go the other way. Sorry. 10, Osha. Okay. 9, Soul. 8, Rey. 7, Mace Windu. 6, Palpatine. 5, Han Solo. 4, Boba Fett. 3, Luke Skywalker. 2, Captain Rex, and 1, Yoda.
Okay, looking back on it, the only thing I would change I would probably move.
The only thing.
Hold on. Okay, there are 2 things. I would put Mace Windu where Han is, and then push Han and Palpatine back.
Okay.
Actually, no, that is it.
That's close to what I would do, but
let me look at it. I
would put Soul above Rey, honestly.
No, I'm fine with Rey above Soul. Yeah, I would just put Mace Windu at 5, and then have Han Solo at 6 and Palpatine at 7. So I'm actually pretty good with that list.
Okay, that's cool.
Cool.
We need to do more of those next.
Yeah, more games and stuff like
that.
Those
are fun.
All right,
we've got to wrap it up.
Yeah.
If you want to follow our personal TikToks, Granite C137 talks about anime, movies in general. Great account. I'm just starting mine. I'm posting edits. I'm just getting into it. Like I'm learning how to do it as I go.
Yeah, it's a pretty hard.
Yeah. Lots of people do them. But if you want to check those out at all, my account is outpost_1.
I'll link it in
yeah. You can find it if you poke around in our account. And then obviously we post on TikTok, YouTube, Spotify. We're getting up on Apple Podcasts as well. We're still figuring that out.
Gotta work that on. It's a lot more complicated than Spotify is, which is annoying.
But we're figuring it out.
Yeah, but we're on YouTube, and that's the free way to listen to us. So
and then
go do that.
We post clips on TikTok. Great way to see the funny moments that we have from the podcast. Great support to us. I'm working on the Discord server. I'll have that set up.
You've done a lot. You made a lot of progress.
So we can interact.
Yeah, join the Discord. Come talk to us. Not a lot of people talk, and it's kind of annoying. Give us questions to answer on the pod.
We'll make it more fun, more interactive with you guys.
Yeah, exactly. And we can have more like random topics.
So that's about it.
That's about it.
We'll be back next week.
Subscribe, follow, and share.
All of the above.
Listen to the previous 2 episodes.
Yeah.
And go watch Deadpool.
Boom.
See ya.
Peace.